Thokozani Gognoma, as I finish my day in Dumbeni, there's a message that I need to come and pass to you guys. Do not change what works for you until you fully understand what it is that Spirit is calling you to do. Do not change the way in which you communicate to Source, for an example. If prayer is what speaks to your spirit, Badimo Child, continue calling it prayer and continue praying to Source. Some of us grew up in Christian backgrounds and praying tapelo, rapela, ho bua le Modimo, ukhuluma noNkulunkulu was the only thing that we knew and the only thing that made sense. And when you were introduced to Uphahla, I was introduced to Uphahla at the age of 18, I'll say 19, because it was just 2 months before my birthday. About 4 months before my birthday. I'm born in Feb, so all these things started in August. Towards the end of August, I was 2008. I was introduced to Uphahla as I entered into my spiritual mother's home, and a woman that I've known all my life in church, and I never knew the side of her. Only through Spirit did I discover that side of her. And I walked into her house. Everything till to this day is a bit of a puzzle for me. It's very blurry. But I do remember the part where we were at this Sangwama's house, and I don't know whether it was the third or the fourth house that we were going to, because all the houses that we went into, it was either the Sangoma has just left or they left yesterday, but we never found them. And even in this very same place, as we are walking in the yard, my mom is told that, oh, I'm sure you've passed this person as you were coming here. And where we were standing, I see my spiritual mother's home, and I point to them and I said, we are going there. That's where I'm going to get my help. And we go into her house. And again, a blank part of everything. But what I remember clearly was that in the trance that I was in, the only thing that pulled me out of that trance forget everything that was said. I don't even remember what was it that was said. But all I remember and as I came forth, or as I came out of the trance, I still couldn't see them, but I remember clearly seeing the light of the candle in front of me because I was kneeling down, and this candle being on top of a crust mat, Musemi. And all that I could hear, this was the rope that was pulling me out of a land that was very far from the physical world that my body was in. And that was me at the age of 18. And after all this was done, I guess they told me to sit on the chair, because me coming now to my senses, I'm sitting on a chair, and I say to them, my feet are so dirty, full of dust. May I please have something to wipe my feet? And I remember them laughing. My mom, my grandmother, my mom's sister, and my spiritual mother, because they were like, oh, you only realize now that you're dirty. But after that, I still didn't understand what it is that was happening. I still didn't understand what is Uphahla, what is communicating to abantu abadala. And I didn't do it. I didn't. I still continued to pray until maybe, say, 6 months later into a space. Well, she would do it, and she would talk about upahla. That was something, but I never understood it. And I'm one person that likes to observe before I ask questions. So I gave myself enough time to observe. And I was observing, and now beyond observing, I was listening. But I never rushed myself into doing something that I never fully understood. And I guess maybe that's why I also went into the medical profession. That's why I'm a nurse. That's why I work in spaces where rationale needs to be there to support the action. Even in Dumbeni, I'll never burn impepo because I've got impepo and gisangoma. I need to know why today do I need to burn impepo. I'll never in my day just light a candle. White candle, yeah, I give it, the benefit of the doubt, because with a white candle, it's a representation of many things, of many colors. So all colors actually are birthed from the white. So if I'm to light a yellow candle, there needs to be a reason. And yes, it might not be clear to me at the beginning of the day, but at the end of the day, I need to say, yeah, this is why I've lit the white candle or the yellow candle for today. But my point is here. Watch as many videos as you need to watch Badimo Child when it comes to communicating with your ancestors. Watch as many videos as you need to watch to tell you about the signs and symptoms of being a spiritually gifted person. We need to be honest and true. We cannot, guys, promote we cannot promote the instillment of the spirit of fear in people. Mabeza endumbeni, mabeza to any spiritual healer, be it a prophet, be it a medium, be it anybody. And promotion can be in a sense of just standing still also and not saying anything. When you are gifted from birth, and the calling is there. You are not in prison. You still have freedom of choice. And for me, I guess in my space, the one thing that I've really come to understand is that my ancestors, my spiritual guides, will never pull me into something that will not bring life to me. And if it's going to bring life, then even the beginning of the journey should bring life in some sort of way. There are people who come endumbeni and they're told, if you don't initiate tomorrow, you die. Haibo. Imawena. Wait. I don't even understand what it is that I'm initiating into. The sad thing is that even as healers, we have forgotten that we are healers first before we are mentors, before we are kobelas. Guys, and I'm not saying that you should now take 10 years to answer your calling, but I am saying that you have a right to a second opinion. You have a right to say, ngikuzwile gogo, ngicela ukuthi ngiyophahla. Ngikuzwile gogo, can I come back after 3 days or 7 days? Is it okay for me to complete the consultation and go home and process everything that we spoke about so that I can even ask questions if there's a place where I need to ask questions? Is it okay for me to not be hlolat now and then moved to the next stage immediately out of fear? Is it okay to be healed so that I can enter into this process and this journey of becoming a healer? Is it okay? And it should be okay. So, Badimo Child, I am here to say to you, when you start feeling uncomfortable in your practices, then definitely spirit is trying to move you. But that does not mean that you have to move immediately. When something in you says, then it means spirit is saying to me, there is more than just prayer. There is more than just talking to source. And Abraham and David that are not blood related to me. And there is more that I need to learn about spirituality outside of religion. That's what spirit is saying to you. But the one thing about spirituality, it will never rush you. It's an experience. And if it's an experience, then it's a process. And if it's a process, then it requires time for one to go through all the steps that are necessary for them to experience it. Spirit was there before anything else. We understand that as human beings, Spirit is with us. So it means we've been together with Spirit since the beginning of human existence. Religions, they all have dates of when this religion started. So religion cannot exist without spirituality, but spirituality can exist without religion. But we have been raised in this box of religion, and it is so hard for us to step out because anything that you do that is not within the religion is against the religion, and it's a sin. And it's okay, Badimo Child, for you to feel the fear, because remember, this is all you know. You're stepping into a world outside, a world where you're told there's really no boundaries but existence. You need to exist, you need to live. There's no dogma, there's no exclusion. It's all about inclusion, meaning that if when Ushisimpepo and Mina, Ngishisi incense stick, we're still doing the same thing. We're talking to the same element, air. If wena uyogeza emfuleni, mina I go to the waterfall, we're still talking to water. If uthatha isnafe uthela phansi and mina ngithatha utshwala besintu ngithela phansi, we're still talking to the earth. So just because you do it differently from me doesn't mean that it is different. When we come to spirituality, it's about the principles. It's about the essence of what you're doing. Do you understand it to the root? It's about the intention. Why are you doing it? Do you fully understand it? Badimo Child, take your time. Sometimes the discomfort is part of your journey. Sometimes it's okay to sit in that position where you're still, I was uncomfortable being around people, baphatla, and I don't understand what they're doing. Uncomfortable in the physical being because I don't know what they're doing, but I am following it, but very at home and comfortable in my spirit. And sometimes that's how it happens. Sometimes we are comfortable in the physical realm. Hence I say continue praying. But our spirit tells us that there is more than just this. It's okay. It's okay to take your time. It's okay not to rush yourself. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay sometimes to even ask questions that might sound like you are not for, or you are against, or you are creating an argument or debate. And if the person that you are communicating with is really a spiritual person, as I always say to anybody who comes into a consultation with me, do not fear. Do not feel that, oh no, I can't ask Coco that. She'll think I don't believe her. No, you're not interrogating me. I'm just an advocate of, or a voice, not even an advocate. I'm just a voice. You're talking to your ancestors. Yes, I might be talking as the first person in the consultation, but when you direct a question, it's not to me, but it's for your spiritual guides. And where again are you going to have an opportunity to ask those questions if not right there in your consultation? So if there's something that you need to do and you don't understand it, but there's something that you're doing that you understand, even if you feel the discomfort and the need to shift or to elevate what you're doing, it's okay. All I'm asking is take your time. Do not move out of fear. Do not move into new spaces because you fear that if you do not move, the consequences will be death. Take your time, Badimo Child. Take your time. Take your time. Do as much research as you need to do. Because at the end of the day, answering the calling is not the answer to fixing all your life problems. If anything, things might fall even more apart than come together. Heal yourself in order for you to heal others. And what I pray for is that as healers, we remember that we are healers first before we are mentors. Meaning we need to heal before we start mentoring. When you come into my space, my first objective should be to heal you. Badimo Child. Take your time. Gog Noma, Learning with Noma, your home of comprehensive healing and learning. Thokozani.